Hi, I'm Andrew Berry and welcome to At the Bench. Glad you could join me. I'm going to be making a nice classical pair of domed earrings today, and I'm going to be using not a silver sheet but a sheet of metal that I've bought from a bullion dealer, and it's a sheet of silver and copper, but it's in a style called Mokume Gane, and this is where you've got multiple layers of silver and copper that has been I'm not quite sure whether in this instance whether this has been soldered together or it's actually been heated and forced together, but they're multiple layers and they've been passed through a rolling mill loads and loads of times to make it really, really thin. That sheet then is hammered and forced and punched into undulations, and those undulations and little hills have all been filed flat to reveal all the different layers underneath. And the sheet that I've bought looks something like this. Now the advantage is that this sheet saves me hours and hours of time making it, but the downside is this is expensive. I think this was a 50mm square sheet, and it's about 1/2 millimeter thick, 2-inch square sheet. I think this cost me about £70 or £80, which is quite a lot of money, but if you consider the time taken for me to make this, it's money well spent. I'm going to show you how to make these earrings just using the basic equipment. I've got a doming block here, a doming block set. That this particular set is, I think it's about £170, but you can do the same with a simple brass doming block with wooden punches. Minimum amount of equipment required. I'm going to show you how to make those now. So we've got the piece of Mokume Gane sheet that I have left from a previous project, and we're going to make the earrings out of here. Now this sheet is rather expensive. I think this is a 50mm square sheet, and I think this cost me in the region of about £70–80. So I really want to get my money's worth out of using this sheet. So let's try and utilise as much of this sheet as we possibly can. The distance across here now is 20, so we're going to make the earrings a fraction under 20, so we can utilise all that. So I'll divide this up. I'll do that at roughly about 9 3/4. Get our sheet, gently scribe a line there, so we know where the centre is. And we'll scribe a line here. So now where these lines cross here, we know that that is going to be the exact radius to the edge. But I'm just going to take it in and up a fraction, just give me a little bit more room for manoeuvre. So daisy, let's pop that back on there, like that. And now we simply make our circle. Now I want to make 2 of these, so I'm going over to the other side here. I'm going to scribe that so we know where we're looking at. And we're going to scribe another circle over there. Now don't push too hard on this point, otherwise you're going to mark the metal. Alternatively, what we could do is put a little bit of masking tape in the centre here, so we mark the masking tape and not the metal underneath, but I'm not bothering. Now we need to cut out these circles. Get my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. And I think this sheet is about 1/2 millimeter thick, so it's not going to take an awful lot of cutting out. If you notice, I'm moving the sheet and not necessarily the saw, which is a far easier way of trying to cut a circle. Make sure that you hold the metal down as well, quite close to where you're sawing, otherwise you'll get a bit of chatter, and perhaps as you're sawing the sheet will rise, and you can easily snap your saw blade by doing that. Hold on quite tight here now, because this is where we're getting very, very close to the edge. Always keep pushing down. That's one disc done.